Hello everyone, this is Calvin Castan. We're at South Acres Field in Plattsburgh for game number 1 in the gentlemen's, excuse me, the gentlemen's Slow Pitch League Championship Finals. Barcomb's TV and Furniture at bat. Today visiting Rigsbee's auction. Bruce Schoenig looks at strike 1 from Danny Karen. Behind the plate, Jeff Roselle for Rigsbee's. Following Schoenig in the batting order will be the catcher Dale Hawksby. Schoenig gets this to center field and is taken there in back of the first base coach Steve Southwick. We have 1 out. This brings up Hawksby. He'll be followed by Randy Barcomb, the left center fielder, and he'll be followed by Randy Senecal. Rigsbee's auction suffered only 1 loss through the entire season. They are the favorites in this best-of-5 series. Fouled strike off the restroom wall. Barcomb's finished 4th in the regular season for the 3rd year. They've been in the Gentlemen's League 3 years and they finished 4th all 3 years. That's deep. That'll be ball 3. And the pitch from Karen. Strike 2, that'll fill the count. 3-2. Hawksby over Lonnie Cleland's glove. A base hit for Dale Hawksby. So bring up Randy Barcomb, Randy Senecal on deck. And to follow Senecal will be Denny Laporte. He'll be followed by Bill Bayshore, Tom Renane, Joey Trombley, Dean Lombard, Rob McDonough, and Steve Southwick. 1 on, 1 out. And a pitch from Dan Karen. Ball 1. Barcomb looks at strike 1, 1-1. Ball 2, too much arc and inside. And the argument on the arc is beginning here. Barcomb lofts it high and playable in left center. Keith Riel grabs, and there's no advance. 2 outs, bring up Randy Senecal. Laporte on deck. And Bayshard to follow him. And a pitch from Karen. Swings at the first offering. Keith Riel grabs, nothing across for Barcombs in the top of the first after a 1/2 inning of play. It's Rigsbee's auction. Nothing and Barcombs nothing. Joey Trombley on the pitching rubber for Barcombs. Keith Riel to lead things off for Rigsbee's auction as they attempt to regain their Gentlemen's League champion crown. They were champions 2 years ago, but last year they were defeated by K&L Plumbing. We've watched Rigsbee's in the last 3 seasons here in Gentlemen's League in the finals, and they've always provided a lot of action. The first pitch is deep ball 1. Inside, ball 2. On the plate is Dale Hawksby for Barcombs at first base. Danny Laporte, Tom Renane at second. Rob McDonough at short, and Dean Lombard at third base. 3 balls here. 3-0 pitch is going to be in there. Strike 1. Real moves up to the beginning. The start of the batter's box just to try to throw Trombley off a bit. 3-1 pitch is swung on, hit deep. Randy Barcomb back to the fence. It's gone. A home run for Keith Riel to lead things off here for Rigsbee's auction. And that could be a symbol of things to come for Rigsbee's. Barcombs will have to not only pull off an upset, but they'll have to pull off an upset 3 times in order to win this. This is Brian Foster. He'll be followed by Lonnie Cleland. Foster takes it inside, ball 1. Through the infield for a base hit. So Foster with a single. In the outfield for Barcombs, we have Bruce Schoenig in left, Randy Barcomb in left center, Randy Senecal in right center, and Steve Southwick in right field. Lonnie Cleland batter, Art Garand on deck. Cleland the shortstop. He hits it hard and through the left side. Foster rounds and stays put. So 3 batters and 3 hits thus far for Rigsbee's. Art Garand the batter and Jeff Roselle on deck. Strike 1 to Garand. Strike 2. Garand the home run threat. Short. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside, 2-2. Trombley after getting the 2 strikes, pitching carefully to Garand. Trying to get him to go for a bad one. It's hit deep. It's gone, a 3-run homer. Art Garand has put Rigsbee's up 4-0 after 4 batters here in the bottom of the first. So Keith Riel leads it off with a home run. That's followed by singles from Foster and Cleland. And now Garand has poked it over the fence, and it's 4-0. Nobody out. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Jeff Roselle, the batter. Popped up. Southwick takes it in right. A high, lazy pop-up to right field. We have 1 out. Bring up Alan Fassett with Jim Wood on deck. Ball 1. 1-1. Popped up. Barcomb has room. He pulls it down. We have 2 down. That brings up Jim Wood with Dan Caron in the on-deck circle.
that defense is going to be out there too, I tell you right now.
And a pitch from Tremblay. Swung on, hit, foul, strike one. Schoenig coming in. He'll grab it. So they get 4 runs on the first 4 batters. The next 3 go out. 1, 2, 3. And after 1 full, it's Rigsbee's auction 4, Barcomb's TV, nothing. We're in the top of the second. Denny Laporte, the batter. Hooks at ball 2. 4-0 to score. Laporte wraps it into center field for the base hit. The 4 runs is certainly not time to call the game. Barcomb has got to put a few across and keep Rigsbee from putting 4 across every inning. This is Bill Bayshore. He's starting the game as the extra player tonight. Looks at one inside. Bayshore, the team manager. Strike. That's strike 2. Bayshore hits a low one through. Bobbled, but Laporte will stay put. Little base hit for Bayshore. You have 2 on and nobody out. And the batter will be Tom Murnane, the second baseman. Joey Tremblay on deck. Ball 1. And he hits it to third. Facette knocks it down. There'll be no play. Error on Glenn Facette, the third baseman. We mistakenly called Glenn Allen when he was up to bat. This is Glenn Facette. Alan Facette is at second base. So an error for the third baseman. And we have the bases loaded for Barcombs. Nobody out. And a potential tying run coming to the plate. And a person of Joey Tremblay, the pitcher. On deck, Dean Lombard, the third baseman. Strike 1 from Karen. Ball way short. 1-1. Base hit. Picked up by Foster. Fires. Hits the cutoff. And you see Gary Facette here backing up the play at home. Once the ball was out of the infield. He saw Karen was going to take the cutoff. He came home, back up the play. So 4-1 scored. Tying run, or potential tying run I should say, is at first. Still nobody out. Dean Lombard, the batter. Rob McDonough on deck. With nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Inside, ball 1. Game number 1, best of 5 championship series, Gentlemen's Slow Pitch League, the only softball league that's still going that we're aware of. And a ball. Bases loaded, no place to put them. Lombard takes all the way, there's a strike. Like 2, 3-2. Oh, Karen just barely hits the mat, and we're going to have a payoff pitch. 3-2 pitch is going to be deep, ball 4. Well, Bayshore will score. Marnane goes to third, Trombley to second, and Lombard to first. Nobody out. Rob McDonough the batter. 4-2 the score. Potential tying run at second base. Deep, ball 1. Hard hit to the left side. Cleland gets the force at third, but run number 3 crosses. Really the only play Cleland had to get an out. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Steve Southwick the batter. 4-3 the score. And Southwick drops it into center field. Here comes Lombard. It bobbled out there. Real giving chase. McDonough races home, and we have a 5-4 ball game. Barcomb Stevie has jumped ahead here in the second inning with 5 runs and only 1 out. And Steve Southwick standing at second base. Southwick with a single, ball got away in center. And allowed 2 runs to score. Bruce Schoenig the batter. To third, bobbled by Facette. No play. Oh, Glenn Facette with his second error. And we have runners at first and second. That'll bring up Dale Hawksby, who singled his first time up. Too much arc, ball 1.
You getting them the highway, not us.
Ball 2. Arguing about the arc. Strike. 2 balls and a strike. Hawksby drops it into right field. Mark Rial hustles it in. We're going to have safe at third. Southwick back. We're going to have the bases loaded. Only 1 out. And Randy Barcomb. Barcomb can hit it out of here. He's done it a few times. Did it a few times in the TC Sports Series. And the bases loaded. I'm sure he'll be thinking of it. And pitch from Karen. Barcomb takes it deep. Ball 1. Hits the back of the mat. Strike 1. 1-1. Base hit. Southwick scores. Bases loaded. Schoenig stops at third. Jim Wood hustles the ball in, and we have a 6-4 ball game. But the cleanup man, Randy Senecal, coming to the plate, and Denny LaForte to follow him. Only 1 out. Karen talking to himself out there. Ball 1. Keith Real grabs, throws me off the mark. And it'll be safe at third. That's another run. That'd make it 7-4. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. And the batter will be Denny Laporte, the first baseman. With 2 outs, he might be thinking of the fence, but a base hit would drive in 2, so he may not. They're going to put him on. They're not going to pitch to him. They're going to put Denny Laporte on. And I'll bring up Bill Bayshore. Bill Bayshore will step in here with the bases loaded, 2 outs. His team leading 7-4 with this 7-run second inning, ball 1. Strike, 1-1. Ball 2. True. It's through. Knocked down by Alan Fassett. There's a throw to the plate. Randy Barcomb scores 2 more runs. Cross. Here goes Laporte. Roselle arguing about it. Laporte goes into third. Roselle saying that Barcomb's out of the baseline. Barcomb rounded the bag. He wasn't, I don't believe intent was there to avoid the tag. He rounded the bag to make his best run to the plate. I think that's what the umpire is telling him. Roselle figures he avoided the tag. He had to cross the plate no matter what. All Roselle had to do was be at the plate, and he wasn't there. And we have Bayshore at second and Laporte at third. 9 runs across for Barcombs in the second. 2 outs and Tom Murnane the batter. And a pitch from Karen. Too much arc, ball 1. Ball 2. Murnane takes it, strike 2-1. Ball 3. 3-1. First base is open. Joey Trombley on deck. 3-1 pitch hit to third. Fassett bobbles it again for the third time, makes the tag. He's safe. Bayshore was not tagged. I thought he made a tag, but Bayshore avoided the tag. Glenn Fassett picks up his third inning error of the inning. Run number 10 crosses for Barcombs. Joey Trombley, the batter, runners at the corners. A pitch from Dan Caron. Misses outside, ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. Strike, 3-1. And 3-1 pitch. Could be trouble. Not played. Wood couldn't find it. 2 runs cross. Joey Trombley in with a double. 12 runs. 12 runs in the second inning for Barcombs TV. They lead 12-4. And the batter now, Danny We'll try again. Dean Lombard. I'm so busy counting runs, I'm forgetting who's at bat here. Dean Lombard, the batter. Rob McDonough on deck. Joey Trombley at third. Dan Caron, the pitcher. 12 runs here in the second inning for Barcombs TV. There's a strike. Ball 3. 3-1. On the ground, Gary Fassett will race to the bag in time. Rigsbee finally gets that final out. We go to the bottom of the second inning with Barcombs TV and Furniture leading Rigsbee's auction 12-4. 12-4. Dan Karen runs up and looks at ball one to lead off the bottom of the second. 12-4. Barcomb's leading Rigsbee's game number one in this best of 5 championship series. Playable in center field. Barcomb calling. He squeezes it. We have one out. Let's bring up Gary Fassett. He looks at ball one. Ball two. Moves up to the front of the batter's box. He'll take it all the way. Strike. 2-1. Ball three. 3-1 to count. 3-2. Alan Fassett on deck. Payoff pitch, swung on, hit to McDonough. Report safe. Darryl Bottom says he's safe. We can look at it again. Close play. Looking at the first time, I thought they had him, but I've been wrong once before. This could make it 2 times. Alan Fassett, the batter, with Mark Riel on deck. Strike one. Strike two. Ball one.
Watch the line drive,
Chopper. Trombley goes to second. In time to Murnane. Just in time to second. A high chopper. This will bring up Mark Riel, and those of you who saw the River Rats versus Ubald Sunoco in the Adirondack League, of course, remember that Mark Riel played on the River Rats. There's a strike. Randy Senecal going back, and he drops it. He dropped it. He had it in his glove, and he dropped it. That allows Fassett to score. And we have a 12-5 ball game. So an error out there in right center field, Randy Senecal. Oh, Mark Riel stops at third. Keith Riel, the batter, he hit the ball over the fence, his first trip. Brian Faster on deck. Hard hit and through. This will drive in run number 6 for Rigsbee's. Oh, Keith Riel with a single. And the batter now will be Brian Foster, the right center fielder. He swings at the first offering, hits it through. And we'll have runners at the corners. Lonnie Cleland looks at strike one. But we had time at third base, so pitch does not count. Nope. Time again, so 2 strikes. And we have 2 times. So Trombley has wasted 2 strikes. We have time at the plate that time. Umpire says he quick pitched him. There's strike one. Hits the front of the plate. Cleland wants the ump to take another look. On deck, Art Guerin. You don't want him coming up there with anybody on base. Hit to Lombard. He goes to second, and that'll be a help there. With Art Guerin on deck, you wanted to avoid getting him up here in the third. 12-6, Barcomb's leading Rigsbee's after 2 full. Rob McDonough looks at ball one. And the top of the third, 12-6, Barcomb's leading Rigsbee's. Cleland bobbles. Error, Lonnie Cleland. Rob McDonough lines up at first base. Steve Southwick, the batter. He looks at strike one. Hit to Cleveland. He'll go the first double play. Oh, Lonnie Cleveland took that unassisted at second, fired to first in time to get two. And I'll bring up the top of the order now, Bruce Schoenig. Pitch from Karen. Too much arc. Ball one. Ball two outside. Strike. 2-1. Strike two, 2-2. Schoenig didn't even bother to run that one out. Keith Riel pulls it down. Schoenig about 5 feet from the plate. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Barcomb's leading 12-6. Art Guerin swings at the first offering, hits it to Randy Barcomb. He squeezes it. And we have one out to lead off the bottom of the third. Barcomb's leading 12-6. I'll bring up Jeff Roselle. He looks at ball one. On deck, Glenn Fassett. Strike. Or is it Alan Fassett? Let's better check that. Hits it to the middle of the infield for a base hit. Roselle is on. And the batter will be Glenn Fassett, the third baseman. Fassett had 3 errors in the field in that big second inning. Base hit for Barcombs. Schoenig should have had that. Should have had it. You can't give a lot of those to Rigsbees and expect to win the ball game. I've said before, and I'll say it once more. You've got to make all the plays that you should, and even some that you shouldn't when you play a team like this. Jim Wood, the batter. Foul.
Let's get one in, Danny. Come on. If you don't get it, you will get it. Come on.
Line shot. Nice play, Lombard. No throw. Nice play, Dean Lombard. 2 outs. I'll bring up Dan Karen, the pitcher. Both Rigsbee's outs have been hard hit balls. Ball one. Runners at first and second. Karen fouls it. Strike one. And misses. Playable, Senecal should have it. He does. Nothing across for Rigsbee's in the third. After 3 full, Barcomb's 12, Rigsbee's 6. Dale Hawksby looks at ball one to lead off the top of the 4th inning. Barcomb's leading 12-6. That's strike one in this game number 1. Best of 5 championship series in the Gentlemen's Slow Pitch League. Being played at South Acres here in Plattsburgh, New York. 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Wafted. Playable. Keith Riel calling. 1 out. I'll bring up the left center fielder, Randy Barcomb. Randy Senecal moves into the on-deck circle. It's deep, ball one. Barcomb wraps a single into left. Wood takes it on a hop. Barcomb rounds, but he won't advance. And that'll bring up Randy Senecal, the right center fielder, with Laporte on deck. Pitch from Karen. Swings at first one to Facette at third. Facette at second to Facette at first. Safe at first. Yes, we have Facettes at all three bases. We have Gary Facette, the team manager, at first base, Alan Facette at second, and Glenn Facette at third. 2 outs, and Danny Laporte, the batter. Barcomb needs to put something else across besides those 12 they got in the second. Laporte looks at a deep ball one. 2 outs. Laporte might be thinking of the fence. He hits it deep. Ryan Foster back at the fence. He's got room. Well, it is hind end against the fence. He makes the grab. So nothing across for Barcomb in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the inning with Barcomb continuing to lead 12-6. It'll be the bottom of the Rigsbee's order.
Come on, Mikey.
Gary Facette, the batter. He looks at strike one. He'll be followed by Alan Facette and Mark Real. Hits it, a chopper to the left side. Smart move. Hit a slow roller in a hole between short and third, and it's a base hit. A smart hit for Gary Facette. McDonough able to field it, but not able to make the long throw. Alan Facette hits it to Schoenig. 1 out. I'll bring up Mark Real. 1 out. And pitch from Trombley. Strike one. Up the middle, base hit. Barcomb gets it back in. We have runners at first and second. And the top of the order coming up for Rigsbee's. Keith Real looks at strike one. Runners at first and second, just 1 out. Top of the order coming up here, Rigsbee's. Real hits a base hit. His third hit of the evening. It's a 12-7 ball game. Brian Foster sends Randy Barcomb to the fence. Brian Foster stepped up there, swung at the first offering, hit it to the fence. Moves the runners up each a base. We have 2 outs. And Lonnie Cleland, the batter. Base hit. Should score 2. Randy Barcomb fields. Throws, comes through to the plate. Safe at home. And Hawksby attempted to field it and make the turn on the tag, and when he turned, the ball squirted out of his hand and rolled out of play. So 2 runs cross, and Cleland ends up at third base. It's 12-9. Art Guerin at bat. Pitch from Trombley, deep, ball one. Not enough arc. 1-1. It means ball 2. 2-0. 2-0. Strike. 2-1. That's short. McDonough to first. 3 runs for Rigsbee's. They trail 12-9 as we go to the 5th. Bill Bayshore will lead off the 5th inning for Barcomb. They've scored 12 runs all in that second inning. 12 runs will probably not be enough to win this one. They've got to put some more across in this 12-9 ball game. Strike one from Dan Karen. Barcomb's has scored in only one inning out of the 4 thus far. Rigsbee's has scored in 3 out of the 4. And that's going to be a big factor here. Rigsbee's a threat to score every time they step up there. Foul ball. Bayshard step backs in, looks at it deep. Ball. Ball 3. 3-2. And a payoff pitch. Swung on, a base hit. Base hit for Bill Bayshore to lead off the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Tom Murnane. Murnane looks at an illegal pitch. Ball 1. Ball 3, I think. Ball 3, I believe. We'll see. Strike. Strike 2. 3-2. Drops in. Bayshard's going to have to hustle. He'll be in at second. So base hit for Tom Murnane. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. And that brings up the pitcher Joey Trombley. Swings at the first offering, back to Karen. He goes to second. Try to turn 2, throw to first in time. Double play, throw to third. They're going to have a triple play here. Bayshard is pick out to third. A triple play for Rigsbee's. Puts an end to that rally for Barcomb's. Barcomb's had bases, 2 men on in front of the first and second with nobody out. And a triple play. 12-9 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Jeff Roselle will attempt to get Rigsbee's a little bit closer in this 12-9 ball game. Game number 1, best of 5 finals, gentlemen's slow pitch league action. 1988 pitch from Joey Trombley. Barcomb's the underdog, leading by 3. Strike 1 to Roselle. Rigsbee's the preseason and postseason favorites. And thus far they've lived up to their billing, but not in this game yet. 1-1. Randy Senecal makes the grab. We have 1 out. Nice grab by Senecal. Glenn Facette looks at ball 1. Strike 1, 1-1. Base hit. Now bring up Jim Wood with Dan Karen on deck. Wood hits it to third through. Base hit. Wood goes into second base. Safe at home. (12-10). All they have to do is put the tag on Wood. The throw went home. Not in time. Dan Karen, the batter. No! 2 outs. I'll bring up Gary Facette. Potential tying run at the plate. Ball one. Ball two. Randy Barcomb tried to field it on the hop. It's a 12-11 ball game. 12-11. Alan Fassett, the batter, tying run at second base. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Base hit, we're going to have a tie ball game. We have a tie ball game. Yeah, let's see, that'll bring up Mark Riel. With Keith Riel on deck. 12-12 the score. Strike one hits the back of the mat. Rigsbee scored 4 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the fourth, and 3 here thus far in the fifth. Out of play. And a pitch from Trombley. Inside. Deep. Line to McDonough for the third out. We are tied after 5. We go to the 6th inning with a score 12-12. Barcomb's and Rigsbee's. Third baseman Dean Lombard leading off here in the 6th inning. Looks at ball one. 12-12. Strike. Barcombs has scored in 1 inning of the 5. Rigsbee has scored in 4 of the 5. 1 out. That'll bring up shortstop Rob McDonough. Barcombs, if they lose this one, will be hard pressed to come back in this series. Particularly if they don't score another run in this ball game. There's strike one to McDonough. Three one. Fills the count at 3-2. Pitch from Dan Caron. Base hit. Bobbled and left. McDonough will go into to second. Brings up Steve Southwick with 1 out. And a runner at first. Top of the 6th inning. Outside, ball one. Ball two. 2-0 pitch hit back to Caron. I think I said a runner at first, runner at second. 2 outs. Top of the order now, Bruce Schoenig, the batter. Barcombs has got to put a run across here. They've got to put a run across. Strike one. One and one. Schoenig with a big hit. Keith Riel has got a good arm. They're not going to run on him. Bill Schoenig keeps the inning alive for Dale Hawksby. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Top of the sixth, 12-12 our score. Game number one, best of five championship series. Gentlemen's Slow Pitch League. Strike one. Fair ball. Schoening will go to third. Big hit for Hawksby, right down the first baseline. And we have a 13-12 ball game. Gary Facette saying the ball was fouled by a foot or more. That brings up Randy Barcomb. 13-12. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Van Karen with the pitch. Barcomb hits it foul. Inside, 1-1. Ball two. Barcomb hits it deep. Brian Foster has plenty of room though, and he pulls it down. The Barcombs pick up a run. They lead 13-12 as they go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Top of the order, strike one for Rigsbee's here in the bottom of the sixth. Keith Riel, the batter. Brian Foster on deck. 1-1. Line to Murnane, 1 down. Brian Foster pops it out of play, strike one. 1-1. Just misses. Ball two. Randy Barcomb has room. Brian Foster says hello on his way by. We have 2 outs. 2 outs brings up Lonnie Cleland. He looks at ball one. Art Garand on deck. Deep. If it stays fair. Schoening at the fence. Nothing across for Rigsbee's. We go to the top of the seventh. With Barcomb's leading 13-12. Right center fielder Randy Senecal will try to increase that Barcomb's lead. He fouls the first pitch off. Strike one. Short. 1-1. To state that 1 run is not a safe cushion against Rigsbee's is to only say the obvious. Strike two. Senecal hits it deep. Wood back, off the fence. Senecal will stop. He's going to go to third as Wood hesitates on the throw. Now Randy Senecal in scoring position with nobody out. Denny Laporte, the batter. He'll try to give it a ride. Strike one. A long fly would score a run. Nobody out. Runner at third. Popped up. Got under it. Cleland will grab it. We have 1 down. That'll bring up Bill Bayshore. Looking ahead to the bottom of the inning, Art Guerin, the cleanup batter, will lead things off for Rigsbee's. Fouled. Taken. Senecal's going to try to score. He will. I'll give Bayshore a sacrifice fly. Randy Senecal scores from third, and we have a 14-12 ball game with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. That was an important run for Barcombs. They get a 2-run advantage. Tom Murnane steps in. Joey Trombley on deck. And the pitch from Dan Caron is strike 1. Gonna drop, base hit. Murnane keeps the inning alive. Batter now Joey Trombley with Murnane at first. Pitch from Dan Caron. Strike. Ball, 1-1. Base hit. Well, scoops it up. We have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the batter will be Dean Lombard, the third baseman. Runners at first and second, 10 to pitch from Caron. Inside, ball 1. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Barcombs leading 14-12. First of a potential 5 in this best of 5 series. Ball 3. Walk would fill him up. Strike 1. On the ground and through. Mark Riel picks it up to the plate. To a third. Safe at third. Lombard stays at first. It's a 15-12 ball game. Rob McDonough. Runners at the corners, looks at ball 1. Ball 2. A chopper. Cleveland is going to have to hurry. The second in time. Barcombs leads 15-12 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Art Guerin will step in. Barcombs lead by 3. And that's important. When they had that 1-run lead, Guerin could have tied it with 1 swing. Looks at strike 1, but he's going to go for the hit now. Short, 1-1. On deck, Jeff Roselle. Guerin hits it. Randy Barcomb. Looked like it should have been caught. Barcomb kind of circled it. Guerin on with a single, I guess we'll give him. I think Barcomb had a shot at that one, should have had it. And as good a man as you want up there when you need a hit, Jeff Roselle, the left-hander. Strike 1 from Joey Trombley. Potential tying run on deck. Outside. 2-1. Roselle hits it deep. Randy Senecal grabs. Nice catch, Senecal. Gets away. Looked like it might have been out of here for a moment, but it's a long out. And with 1 out, Glenn Fassett looks at ball 1. Hits his bat, strike 1, 1-1. Jim Wood on deck. Now looks like Greg Fassett going to come in to bat for somebody. Senecal back. 2 down. And Guerin advances to second base. 2 outs.
Here we go.
Jim Wood, it's a slow bouncer, foul. Greg Passett going to bat for Dan Caron. 2 outs. Barcomb's 1 out away from taking game number 1 in its best of 5. 1-1. Ball 2. Ball 3. Strike 2. And the payoff pitch. Base hit. Runners at the corner is Greg Passett. Pinch hitting for Dan Caron. Hits it back to Joey Tremblay. Over to first. And Barcomb takes game number 1, 15-12. It looked dismal for Barcomb for a period there. Rigsbee's came out with 4 runs in their bottom half of the first to take a 4-0 lead. Barcomb came up with a 12-run second inning and led 12-6 after 2 full. However, Barcomb was scoreless through the next 3 innings despite several scoring opportunities. Rigsbee's scored 3 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th and tied it in the bottom of the 5th. Barcomb came up with 1 in the top of the 6th to go ahead 13-12. Rigsbee's was scoreless in the 6th. Barcomb scored twice in the 7th to make it 15-12, and they held Rigsbee's scoreless here in the 7th. So game number 1 in this best of 5 Gentlemen's League Championship Series goes to Barcomb's TV and Furniture, defeating Rigsbee's 15-12, and that's the way it was at South Acres Field in Plattsburgh on a chilly September 6th, 1988.
That covers the first 2.